Okay, good evening, everybody. I want to be respectful of everybody's time. Tonight, I want to go over the LinkedIn profile and the summary and how that can be of a great benefit for you here. And one thing that I wanted to clarify for everybody is this. In our LinkedIn profile, what we're creating here is the first step to introducing individuals to the new capture page that we're going to be doing. So nowhere in here are you going to see that I'm trying to sell anybody Isagenix. That can be done. LinkedIn has what they call a company page, and when we get everything set up, that's like a 10 or 15 minute, conversation amongst us. You can set up for your own personal brand a company page on LinkedIn that will allow you to directly promote your Isagenix business if you wish to do that. So let me talk to you a little bit first about, I put together some irresistible offers, and I put together 3 of them here that you could kind of pick from. What I did want to say as well is it would probably work best for you if you use the same picture on your LinkedIn profile as you're going to do on your capture page, just to try to get everybody to, recognize your brand. In addition to that, if you put your picture in your signature file, your email, it's kind of good to keep everything looking the same because it's part of the messaging. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over what I prepared here to show you, and this will be released to you, and you can use it as a template. And I'm here to help you as you put together your summary if you need any help. But I think you're going to be okay in understanding what we're trying to accomplish with this. So here is one of the first irresistible offers that I kind of put together for, it kind of reflects on what I'm doing on my page. Education, maximizing healthy lifestyle results, prevention, nutrition, hydration, caregiving, and performance. Your optimal well-being and vitality soar, guaranteed. Well, that's 17 words. And if they don't all fit at the top, underneath, where we have to put this, I'll show you how to handle that. It's not a big deal because we're going to get people to drill down, and the full irresistible offer can also be presented in the signature file here, which I'll show you. The second one is education, maximizing healthy lifestyle results, prevention, nutrition, hydration, supplements, and performance, and your optimal well-being and vitality soar, guaranteed. Those 5 or 6 little categories: prevention, nutrition, hydration, supplements, performance, caregiving, they are all going to be categories for the weekly tips and the weekly stories that we put out through our capture page. For people that sign up on our capture page, they would be getting information regarding those categories. Now, we're going to provide that information for you. All you have to do is basically change a few things in it, load it up into your autoresponder every week, and away it goes to your list. So let me get to the third one, and then I want to make a real strong point to you here why we do it this way. The third one is safeguard healthy lifestyle results, avoid common mistakes, make better choices. Your optimal well-being and vitality soar, guaranteed. So There's 3 different irresistible offers that I feel give you a little bit of wiggle room, to attach yourself to. And I want you to think about this. Let's go back to Chuck's list. He had 4,900 people. He's changing it around. Let's say that he ends up with a list of 2,000, 3,000 people. Okay? When he does the campaign, which we will provide you with that information to drive your new list, that's validated. We're going to learn how to do that on Wednesday. When you create this list and people from this list start going to your capture page and signing up for this information, I want you to stop and really think about that for a minute. What we're doing is we're sifting and sorting through that list, and we're getting people to come to your page that are demonstrating that they have an interest in that topic. And to me, that's very, very important, because let's say you end up with 200 people to start with in your newsletter and you're from your capture page. Guess what? They all have an interest in what Isagenix can really do for them. Does everybody get that connection? We're not asking anybody to buy anything, but what we're doing is we're putting together, we're attracting like-minded, targeted people to your list that we're going to use to build your team. And I think it's so important that you understand that. Okay? It's not how big your list is. It's how much credibility you have with people within that list, what you offer them, and what they're interested in. Okay? So that's very important. Targeted, like-minded people. And what are we going to do when we bring them to the capture page, when we do the weekly newsletter, the tips, whatever you want to call it? Goes back to what we learned in the beginning. Educate, 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 then you activate. Okay? Educate, 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 then you activate. So that's what we're going to be doing in that step. Okay? So many of you have probably looked at my LinkedIn profile. I redid it. I redid it to reflect what I'm going to be doing working in relationship to my capture page and my Isagenix business. And here's how the summary looks. And some of you might have this already, but I'm just gonna go through each one of these steps with you, little categories. This is who I am. I'm a semi-retired direct response, lead generation, marketing, home office professional who specializes in providing education and suggestions based on a lifetime of actual real-life experiences regarding how to maximize healthy lifestyle results. Okay, that's who I am. And if you think about, as we go through this, the key words, how I keep mentioning the same words, those key words. This is who I help. Okay. Busy individuals, I've been there, who overlook the little things they need to be cognizant of to put themselves first and take care of their health and wellness needs so they can perform at their maximum effectiveness for their business, job, families, and those dear to them. This mindset was adopted after spending 9 years of caregiving for an Alzheimer's patient and more than 30 years of being a husband, a father, an entrepreneur, in online and multiple brick and mortar businesses. That's who I help. Okay? Now, this is how I help my friends. I offer a free weekly newsletter featuring tips and stories dedicated for busy people. The information is presented in segmented 2 to 3 minute reads covering a variety of topics Readers are educated, inspired, and made aware of easy steps of prevention to realize maximum healthy lifestyle results. Readers enjoy and quickly learn balance is easily achievable, no matter the personal challenges or responsibilities at hand. The newsletter is a perfect way to maintain top-of-mind awareness to ensure a balanced lifestyle, avoid common mistakes, and make better choices. To contact or connect with me, okay? You can call me at this number. However, I'm only going to answer the phone on Wednesdays from 9 to noon because I don't want people from all over the world calling me all over. I want to be in control. There's my email address, my Skype, my capture page address, and my Facebook page. My specialties and hobbies: golf, fitness, well-being, vitality, and sharing. My service niche is my weekly newsletter. And here's what I wanted to show everybody here. If I run out of room at the top, I'm repeating my irresistible offer here in the signature file. Okay? That's the high level of what we're doing here regarding how we want our LinkedIn profile. So the whole idea of the LinkedIn profile, when it's set up this way, to get people to see who you are, you want that professional picture, you want them to read your irresistible offer, and then you want them to do something else, to drill down and actually read about what you do. Okay, that's important because it all starts when you make a LinkedIn connection. You're going to want to attract people who have an interest, of course, in what you do. So, Chuck, would you like to say anything? Did I?
Yes, I would. Great job. But what I want to say is there will be some customization for each of us to personalize this, obviously. But what you want to be careful of as you're thinking about doing this is don't change it too much. We have tried and tested this format, and it just flat out works. So customize it a little bit to fit you, to where it's you and not Mike, but then run that by Mike and let him tweak it for you a little bit, because I'm telling you, there is a gift to being able to address these in a short manner. So that's what I want to share, Mike.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure everybody that's here or anybody's going to listen in the future, we're not trying to sell here. There's no selling here. It's what's in it for them. Okay? It's what's in it for them, why you want to earn the opportunity to connect with them, and what's in it for them. So it all starts with people coming, of course, to your LinkedIn page or your Facebook page. And I will give you some steps, too, on how you can get your Facebook friends to, how we can tie that in as well. Any questions on this? Anybody want to put anything in the chat box or raise their hand? Ask a question about this? Okay, very good. And the second part of tonight, what we're going to do is, you have LinkedIn connections already. There is a way that you go into LinkedIn. We do have a video to show you for this. I don't know if Chuck can get the voice working, but it's really simple to follow. And I'll give you this information too. I'll go through it, and then I'll kind of go over to my LinkedIn page and kind of show you how to do it from there. It's really pretty easy. And this is to gather your LinkedIn from your email addresses from your LinkedIn connections. So the steps we're going to follow is we're going to go to My Network first, and I'll show you how to go over to the left-hand side of the page and the number of your connections you have. You click on that.
Mike, we're not seeing that. Are you still trying to share your screen?
Yeah. How did it stop sharing?
It just does that sometimes.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. Okay. Okay. Everybody see it now?
Yeah, but we're still seeing your document.
That's what I want. I'm going through my document.
Okay, I thought you were going to go to your LinkedIn page and
I'm
show
going to
us.
switch.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm going to switch.
You're doing fine then. Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted everybody to see that their instructions are here, and then I'm going to show them as well, too. So then you move to the right-hand side of the page. It says Manage Sync and Import Contact. And a short delay is going to occur. New page will come up with a button that says Sync Contacts. You move the mouse to the right side, and under Advanced Options, you click on Export Contacts. You're going to have these instructions and the video, which I took the instructions right from the video, and they match up, and you just follow them. This is a matter of, you can do this in 2 minutes, okay? You're going to get a new page. You're going to choose Fast File Only, Request an Archive. You enter your LinkedIn password. Once you go through that, LinkedIn will send you an email. You download the link, and there's a zip file, and you can open it. You click on Connections, CSV, and you get your emails, and you put them in your Excel spreadsheet. Okay? Now, within this information, too, we also have the the video to show you how to get your Gmail addresses or your Outlook addresses. If anybody has anything beyond that, you can do 2 things. You can Google, if you have Yahoo Mail, you can Google, you can go to YouTube and put in, how do I get my email addresses downloaded from Yahoo Mail? There's probably a video on there. If you run into any kind of problems, contact me via email. We'll get it fixed. We'll get the work for you. So with that said, I'm going to move to my other page here. Chuck, do I have to stop sharing first to do that?
No, you should be able to just switch screens.
Okay, let me see here. Probably going to have to. Hold on, let me pull it up this way. Okay. Yeah, we have really good notes on this, so it's pretty easy to see how to do this. Here's my LinkedIn page, my home page. See where it says My Network right there? I'm just going to click on that. Elaine Nault, accept. Better do that before I forget. Okay, see over here where it says Connections on the left-hand side? Click on Connections. Okay, and once that new page propagates, I go over here. See where it says Manage Synced and Imported Contacts? Right up here, top. I click on that. Okay, and then you go over here to export your contacts. I'm not going to go through it all because I've already done this and it might not work on my page. But if you just follow the steps, when you get to each page, it's easy as apple pie. Okay? And LinkedIn, sometimes it takes up to 24 hours to get your list. And they'll send you your email addresses for the connections that had email addresses in their summaries.
Hey, Mike?
Yes.
On the front page, it had like 3,900 connections. On this page, it shows 5,258. Do you know why the big difference?
I really don't. Maybe it has to do with how many of them, only 3,900 of them had email addresses. It's
Okay.
possible. It's possible. So that's how that's going to work. Now, does anybody have any questions? Because I'll give you a little bit of a peek at what we're going to do on Wednesday and then what the next steps are as we lay your foundation here. Anybody have any questions? Okay.
Hey, Mike, let me just review real quick. So far, everyone should have submitted their profile information to Diane. I think we're pretty far along with that. You should have gone to Get Response by now and gotten your free account. And then you want to get that login information to Diane, who will then get it to Marcus. So Diane's kind of fun while it's cool. We can just kind of check everybody off. So far, everybody's doing really good about keeping up with that. But you should have your Get Response account. Get that to Marcus. Give him some time to develop your capture page, customize it for you. It's going to take him a little while. There's some work to be done. But as you get him in, he lines us up as you get him in. So as soon as you get all your information in correctly, you go in the queue to get yours done. So now that all that's being done, you want to start working on extracting and massaging your database of names. What I'm doing is going to Google Contacts and my LinkedIn and my personal list. And I'm compiling all three into one list that I'm then going to insert into Get Response. I thought about getting 5,000.
No, you won't need to insert them into Get Response first. We'll go to Bright.
Correct. Thank you. Yeah, I got to verify them first.
And we'll see how many we have. We'll see how many each person has. And once that's done, once that is finished, we got the foundation in place. Mm-hmm. Because the next part of the training, everybody, will be once we go through Bright Verify, which is basically another simple step. Once we do that and you create this new list of validated email addresses, from there, we will learn how to go in. There's 1 or 2 steps in the back office of Get Response. We'll get that done, okay? So once that's finished and your capture page is up, remember back from what we talked about in the very beginning, 60% of all positive responses come after the 5th or 6th contact. So what we will do is we will create a campaign of lead generation magnets that we will send to your list. We will send to your verified list, inviting them, telling them what's in it for them, and to come over and to voluntarily opt in to your capture page. So there we go. Now, we're creating that like-minded targeted list. And from there, you will have 2 or 3 weeks in advance already of our first weekly news tip or free weekly newsletter is about having a stroke. The second one is going to be about hydration. We don't have the topic for the third yet, but you should have about 3 of them loaded in, and I'll show you how to automatically put those in there, and they'll come out like every Monday or Tuesday whenever you want them to. And we'll just keep feeding those to you. You're going to end up with 50 of them. So,
Mike, we had a few questions here. Elaine, if you don't mind, hold off on yours because yours is going to be a little unique to everyone else's. But Pam, you said you had a couple questions, and then we'll go to Elaine after that. And anybody else has questions, you need to either type them in or let us know in the chat box that you do have questions. So Pam, ask Mike your questions, please.
Sure. A couple of questions. Last week, you had said you would let us know when we should get the Get Response signed up for as a way of trying to maximize the number of free days that would remain in the 30-day trial. So are you saying that now is the time to sign up for the Get Response account, even though we're not going to be ready to do anything with it for however long?
If you want Marcus to set up your profile page before everybody else, you want to get your Get Response as soon as possible.
Okay, so that's
yeah, it's only like $15 a month for 1,000 names, so it's not very expensive even after 30 days. But yeah, you want to get that so Marcus can queue it up and get them done.
Okay.
And Pam, I just want to say I think we'd be ready for that next week.
Okay.
The other part of it.
And as far as social media, there were a couple of other social media outlets that were mentioned, like Twitter, and there was one other one. And my question was whether or not we should hurry up and sign up for those accounts as well, so that they get included in the process that Marcus is doing, or is it something that we can add on later?
You can add it with Twitter is free, and I think one of the things that you can do with Twitter is you can announce, when you got a new article coming out too. So that'll be helpful. I think there's a way that we can utilize that as a promotional tool. So that's a free account.
Okay.
Twitter's a free account.
The other question that I had is probably similar to Elaine's maybe, and that is that I have a URL already in my name that is currently linked with Isagenix videos. Do I need to have a separate URL for what we're doing here?
I would not promote Isagenix at all in what I call the lead generation, in what I call the educational phase at all. I wouldn't, because I think people are gonna step back and they're just gonna say, this is just another way to sell me something. I'm not interested in that. And I think what you're trying to do in this period is to educate them and establish credibility about yourself. So I wouldn't do it.
The reason I'm asking is, for instance, my URL is pambenjamin.com, and I know Chuck is using Global Chuck, and I thought his account was also linked with Isagenix videos. So is there
Let me clear that for you, Pam. It's real easy.
Yeah.
You're going to want to keep URL specifically for this capture page that we're creating, totally separate from Isagenix stuff. But I still want to have another URL that goes directly to my Isagenix video, so I've got a really clean link. So eventually you're going to get these prospects all the way through the funnel. They're going to want to know about Isagenix. You're still going to want to send them a link. So you're going to need both.
Okay, so I need to get a second URL.
I would.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Great. All right. That clears it up. Thanks.
And you can always use the Isagenix link that they provide you. I just don't like using that. I'd rather use a URL that I have that's custom.
Can she change the direction of that link?
Yeah, she can. Yes, she can do that now to go to the
so she doesn't have. Marcus could probably help you redirect that. Yeah.
He will, but she's still gonna need another one for later down the road.
Yes.
She wants to send people to Isagenix.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're reading the text there, Pam, but Marcus has answered you on social media links. He can add those anytime, so don't stress over that.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Good questions.
Yes, very good questions. Thank you. Elaine, not many people are going to have your unique situation, so let's qualify this for everybody listening. Don't think you got to do what Elaine's doing. She is a professional coach already. She's already been working with social media coaches. She's just adding this to what she's already doing. So don't get confused with what she's about to ask. In fact, I'm going to stop the recording right now. Sorry for those of you watching the recording, but this is not relevant to any of you.
The information that you're getting.
Okay, here's the sources that I'm using. Okay, number one, facts tell and stories sell. So these little bits of information are going to be kind of made up from stories, and things that I've experienced and so on and so forth. But if I make any statement regarding hydration, I'm going to research it, present it to Chuck, be more than happy to present it to you as well, somebody else to bounce it off of, because I'm a stickler. I want to make sure that I'm providing the very best and the correct information. Okay? But what I was saying is it's going to be put into more of a story type of presentation than it is just a bunch of facts. Make any sense to you? Okay. Stories seem to get people to read, more people will read a little story than they will going through facts. You get that all the time. So that's how I intended to do that.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And, I don't know a lot about your business. I don't know what your expertise is, but I sure would like to be able to tap into it when I need help with some topics and different things. So feel free to, put forth some things anytime you like.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'd be happy to help you.
Thank you.
And Mike, Pam's a good one to bounce things off for legality and factuality. She's a stickler for that. She'll
Yeah.
help in that area a lot.
Well, here's the gist of my hydration story. I worked out at a gym, an old school gym that had no air conditioning in 90-degree weather. And here's what happened. Well, the basis of it, I came home and I was walking around the house and I fainted. I passed out. I crawled over to the couch and my wife came home at 4:30 from work and I kept asking her for watermelon. So thank God she took me to the emergency room and they put IVs in me. Stuff like, I'm just going to kind of tell stories like that and say, well, here's what I should have done. So does everybody understands where I'm going with this? Okay. And that's a true story. So that's all I got tonight, Chuck.
All right, give us a quick recap on Wednesday night. What's coming up? We should be pretty much putting the final pieces together Wednesday, right? The validation.
What we're going to do is we're going to go through Bright Verify and go through the steps on that and answer any questions regarding finding out where everybody is as far as compiling their email addresses and kind of coordinating with Marcus. And if I have enough time that night, I only got 45 minutes, I can start kind of taking people through the back office of how I've used GetResponse. So that's where we would be. And then next week, we have to kind of coordinate with Marcus and give him a chance to do what he's got to do too.
Right, absolutely. So give us an idea here. We're going to implement this in a week or two, obviously. We start getting prospective clients. We're hoping everybody gets 2 quickly. How do we plug those 2 in? How do we go that next phase? That's something you and I talked about before. Are you ready to discuss that just a little bit, or you want to hold off till Wednesday? But that's the key, in my opinion.
You know what I would like to do regarding that?
Yes, sir.
I mean, the good folks that are coming to these meetings with us, I'm doing the same thing that they're going to do. I would like to get their feedback on how we can best present it to other people and take into consideration what their thoughts are after they went through this training. We want to simplify it, make it easy, but we also want everybody to understand that this is a value-added asset for their business and how we can get people plugged into it and utilize it, and we have something that other people don't have and that it works. So
it'll be easy to sell because the prospects will be coming through the funnel, through the system. So they'll recognize that once they're done, and we'll be able to say, we can give you access to that same system.
And I want everybody to understand something that's very important. Once you get people coming into your capture page, you already know they have an interest in the subject matter. Because if you look at all those things, well-being, vitality, supplements, nutrition, what are all those things derivatives of? If you look through the Isagenix promotional catalog, you're going to find those keywords. So that's who we are attracting. So the point is, it's going to be, I think, much easier. It's almost a qualifying step where you're not talking to somebody, trying to talk them into something that they have no interest in. They already do have an interest, or they demonstrated they have an interest in knowing more.